It's ObamasWeapon.com. I wanted to talk more about the Matrix in the real life. Now, in the Matrix movie, you're under total surveillance, and you can hack into the Matrix. And you can do hacks in the Matrix by changing things and stuff. Now, in real life, you can't go back in time, but you can go into people's brains and computers and wirelessly hack in, and you can change something. You could knock out a plane or destroy a city or something. You could do a lot, really. You can modify the Matrix. The Matrix, as it turns out, is actually the entire planet. It's built up. It's a program. We're living in it. It's a living Matrix. The whole damn thing. The government agents are everywhere and into everything, and surveillance is everywhere. So they can do the level of tracing and tracking that they did in the movie The Matrix. And even hack in, like wirelessly. They put something on your screen if they wanted to, or put something in your brain. But here's another interesting way that the real world is similar to the Matrix movie. Well, there is a machine. Well, actually, I don't know. So there's a machine for every man, woman, and child. So where are these machines? Well, the Department of Defense and the NSA, they have a computer for each person, analyzing each and every citizen's information, storing it on each person. You also own your own computers, and each company, they have a lot of machines of their own too. Lots of data on there. And you also have a cell phone. You got your own cell phone, you got your own tablets. There's multiple machines for each of us. And machines are going to get smaller and smaller, more automated. But there are literally machines everywhere dedicated to each of us. And just like the Matrix, I guess, where they had machines for every one of us. I'm serious. Well, nothing we do on this planet is secret. I'm a true believer in that. And I happen to know that they're watching it and recording everything. So, if they know everything, they're behind things, are crazy things. They're protecting crazy things. Because the whole world's crazy. It's not really running optimally. It's running with chaos. It's running as if they found that they needed to create chaos. They needed to keep people from understanding and regaining their own minds, to be distracted their whole lives, prevented from living or being a part of the system, besides the constant fighting it. I mean, our government hatches programs just like the Matrix, where you can either accept it or large amounts of people reject it. And we have large amounts of rejection, but they don't care. It turns out that it's balanced, and we don't have the technology that they have. We don't have the capacity to undo them. They have all the money. They have all the resources, all the guns, all the satellites, all the military radar. They have all the nukes. They have all the police officers. They have everything. So, all the agents are theirs. So, we can reject it all we want. We just get thrown into prison or killed or executed. Or we sit out there complaining, and we don't ever take action that has a meaningful consequence to them. We do a protest. We do multiple protests across the country. That doesn't do nothing. We didn't gain any power. Where's our end result that we now have control over what's going on? We don't have that ever. So everything everyone's doing is stupid and meaningless and purposeless. Every day. And so, oh man, we are so fucking in a matrix system. This is what the matrix is. The government, they even went as far as to develop a weapon to go inside a person's mind and body and remotely control them. I'm serious. Just like in the movie The Matrix. They wanted to go inside somebody and take control, like put an agent or a computer program in control of that person. Just like in the Matrix movie. So you're there, you can suddenly be transformed into something that's being used. And that's all that's about. Both remotely, getting inside your brain, they're putting thoughts and ideas and voices and sounds and images and impulse controls. They can even program you subliminally. They can go as far as they want. They can get you to kill somebody. They can get you to kill yourself. They get you to crash your car. They get you to overdose. They get you to do whatever they want. To put yourself where they want you. To interact with them. To do whatever. It's all secret. It's all real though. Snowden's leaks, just the beginning. Russ Tice leaks, just the beginning. Dr. Robert Duncan's damn leaks are the best. And there's people that talk about this. I read this one lawsuit once. I didn't understand the first time I saw it, but it's all real. Something Torgman, Marielle Torgman, her lawsuit is so fucking real now that I know all the secrets. That I didn't start off like knowing how it was all in use, but I knew this is all real, but how was it all in use? Well, that lawsuit does the best job ever. You read through that thing, it's like you hear about them programming people in their sleep and dream programming, and people, she's suddenly attacked herself, experiencing programming, and they're doing neuro-linguistic programming on her, and she runs out of the house, like she's being attacked. She's being controlled, literally. This whole World Scout weapon is designed to control an individual like that. It's just that powerful. And as she's running out of the house, she's still in their control. She can't get away from what they're doing to her with the signals and control her function, her biological function. And then that alters her memory and state of reality. And then you're one of theirs. Whatever. They could do a lot of things to you. You are suddenly a cheerleader, and you had a whole 20 years of history of life that you led yourself, then all that's gone. They're taking control of everything. They totally are changing who you are inside. And the way you feel is that you don't want to lose yourself, but you're going to lose yourself. And you're having it all taken from you without your consent or permission. And it's so real because you lose it. Gone. They can completely just shape your personality and memories and thoughts and everything to their will. And you can't put it back. You can't undo it once it's done. The brain itself is a permanent state of existence, and you change it. See, most people's brains are like 20 years of existence, and that's the product of what it is. Although it took 20 years to make it, and the reality, the storage of everything, the memories of everything, the skills and how it does things, and the impulses and responses. Every brain really takes a long time to make. And then you can suddenly change it all. And you can't ever get it out. It's physical. So what's physically changed, you can't remove it. That's what memories are, bitch. Not just memories, but the physical structure of the brain and how it's working and responding and impulses and different things. You can't undo it. You can't undo what they do. You spend your whole... They'll put a whole new program inside of you, literally, or let an agent or computer program remotely control you for so long, or whatever they do. The torture, the changing of thoughts, and everything you hear. You no longer hear the world anymore. You hear them only. You only see them. Your brain loses the ability to even see or hear the real world. Literally, because as they're overriding your brain for so long, or your nerves, that damages things. You get virtual neurons and new parts of your brain designed to interface with this machine, and your brain isn't, designed to handle both the real world and this at the same time. So you get very severe dementia and other stuff. It's the same problem. Also, people with drugs get the same problem. If you take a lot of psychiatric drugs, you're experiencing two different worlds on and off the drug. Different impulses working, different memories intact. The drugs tend to block a lot of communications, and between neurons, you end up with a completely different reality. The person is literally a walking, talking zombie, and you don't know what's left and what's working. And that when the drug is so sabotage people, they know it too. They know that when they put one of these drugs in a person, that they are radically changing a person in such a way that can never be undone, even with just a dose. Longer term doses like a month. Oh yeah, they know. What the effect is, you don't even have the ability to remember what's different or how things changed. That's the way the drugs work. You might, people remember a brief amount of their experience, but I've seen a lot, and I went through it myself. Complete, just different, altered personality. I see this in people. They administer the drug, completely different person. Not in a good way, usually in a way with less skill, less in touch with reality. And I see it, what's happening when a new person who hasn't had it done yet comes around. And then I see how healthy they are, and then the doctor wants to take that away from them. And even if they do have an illness, or they don't, or the drug's just being used off-labelly, or they don't care, they're doing what's called chemical lobotomy, and over time, the damage is very severe. You notice the effects over time. The long-term effects, they end up completely not relatable to. They are crazy. They can't stop. Their symptoms get crazy. They can't stop. They're yelling and screaming. All their emotions are gone. Their sensitivity is destroyed. The sensitivity goes first. And the person, god damn, they really, there's no error correction. There's no comparison of old brain state to previous brain state, or to current brain state. So they can't tell. This is all analog. You can't tell. So, and some people, they give this to someone, they want to damage their reality, radically change it, pull out the old stuff, make it so they can't hardly tell or hold on to reality anymore. So that's really what they call treatment. And so they're doing that because you have a person who's experiencing reality, and the drug is, when it knocks out reality, it's damn, I don't know, it's somehow so easy for them to do it. I guess that's the main reason they do it. suddenly a person, sometimes they'll give this to, like, I say, an anorexic person. They give a person with anorexia Zyprexa, then they suddenly can't stop eating and they're gaining all sorts of weight. When previously they had a lot of executive control over their eating habits, for example. And they were fasting and doing yoga. Maybe there's a new condition, I can't remember what this condition is called, but there are some people who eat too healthy. Now they invented a condition for that. So if you are too into eating healthy foods, say green foods and organic foods, and, well, now they now want to call it a mental disorder. And what they're going to do is give you drugs. That's the sole purpose. Once they diagnose you, they'll give you drugs. So the drug will be a really deadly fucking toxic drug. In almost all these situations, the mass population is getting a deadly drug. Probably something like Zyprexa. And the purpose, it's really to knock out your control in your reality. You might not be able to control yourself or put together that meticulous act and personality of what you were before. That's what they hope. And I've seen it. I've seen examples of it. I've seen them force people to eat by giving them Zyprexa and making them gain a ton of weight, and then years later they're all fucked up. Fat asses, diabetes. They don't remember anything about their former selves. They have their personality just removed. And I saw it in myself. I saw the same thing, and I didn't even know. They did that to me solely to get away with an assault. And because they had such crazy rules and the state was doing this to people, I didn't know the state was dangerous. People think the government's dangerous at first. They don't know that there's a dangerous side. And I just read an article. I posted this on Twitter. I didn't read this article. I've talked about this before, but I just posted it because it talks about how the modern, police state, and then like the prisons, incarceration, and hospitals, that's the modern eugenics. Locking people up, getting rid of them, drugging them, taking away who they are. And it's tradition. And they've been doing it a long time, actually. And they used to do even worse. But the drugs are damn effective. Okay, really damaging. They used to, though, have to do like a bunch of ECT or like cut a person's brain up or whatever they used to do to get the effect. Now they don't do that. And they just use the drugs. But the drugs cause the same damage.